Yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, welcome. You are fully appreciated if you are here for another section of boxing talk, my people. And in this round, I don't know if you have heard, and I will be talking about it. Of course, Derick Chisora coming back for a third fight versus Dylian White. Well, it's only speculations for now, but very likely, my people. So we're gonna talk about that. And hold on. Yeah, well, Derick Chisora and Dylian White, as we know, have already fought twice in the past, with Dylian White having the upper hand the first time round, beating Derick Chisora via split decision, I believe, but a decision nonetheless. And the second time got Chisora out of there via an 11th round KO, sent him to sleep. No NyQuil. Send him to sleep. No lullaby, people. So yeah, and so Dylian White is interested in a third bout versus Derick Chisora, but Chisora, he ain't shying away. So we'll talk about that. But first, Derick Chisora has a very interesting take on Anthony Joshua's decision to, you know, to come back despite his very embarrassing loss versus Daniel Dubois on the 21st of September, which made a lot of people start panicking and talk about, you know, Anthony Joshua should retire. He's done a lot for boxing and so on and so forth, you know. But Anthony Joshua has decided that he is going to ignite his contract clause, his rematch clause on his contract, my guys. He is going to activate that rematch clause, my people. So, according to Derick Chisora, he believes that Anthony Joshua activating that his rematch clause with Daniel Dubois and his decision to for a rematch with Daniel Dubois is the best thing to happen to Anthony Joshua since sliced bread. And not only that, but guess what? You might not believe it, as crazy as it may sound right now. I know a lot of people are calling for this retirement, but Derick Chisora actually believes. I think believe is an understatement, because he thinks without a doubt in his mind, that Anthony Joshua would take the win in the rematch, that he would definitely win. But do you know what is more crazier than that? I'm with him on this one. I'm with him. I'm putting all my chips in. I might lose, but I'm putting all my chips in. Yeah. So yeah, that's the case. And the reasons that Derick Chisora has given is that he believes that the occasion, the big stage, was more overwhelming for Anthony Joshua than it was for Daniel Dubois. And you know, I kind of think as well that Joshua might have some social anxiety issues, my people. It's not just post-traumatic trauma or stress that is affecting him, you know, that may have stemmed from his performance with Andy Ruiz in the past, where he got knocked out. You know, I don't know, but according to Derick Chisora, he's saying that on that night, Joshua just walked in the ring and just stuck himself in one corner. Didn't warm up, didn't walk around, didn't even do anything to shake off any doubt in his mind, to shake off any nerves or anything like that. It's like he had already accepted defeat, my people. And I saw the same thing. I saw the same thing. I saw Anthony Joshua just stand in one corner, in his corner with his people. They even tried to take his robe off him, and he was like, I'm keeping it on. Like he got cold feet. And his eyes, he stayed in one corner, his eyes stuck in one place, like he'd been struck by Medusa or something. Like he's already you know, like he was soulless. It looked like he was soulless, eyes glazed, looking like his spirit had already left his body long time. He looks scared. For real, for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. So if he was scared, he was not doing nothing to even warm himself up, doing nothing to shake off that nervousness, that fear that was within him. He wasn't walking around to feel the canvas, to feel the moment, you know. So he didn't do none of that. And then what followed, of course, the bad performance, the just everything just looked bad. And Derick Chisora believes that Anthony Joshua will be able to go through that fight again, look at this, that, all the things that he done wrong, and fix them, because that was not the usual Joshua. That's not how Joshua normally enters the ring. That's not how he normally performs. By far, he went from a professional, yeah, a professional, a well-groomed, well-learned professional, to a straight-up amateur, someone that's never fought before. I swear, I could go in a ring versus Daniel Dubois and do better. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will do better than what Anthony Joshua did on that 21st of September. My people, you guys would have done better. I tell you the truth. You people would have 100%. I would have put my money on you to do better than Joshua. So yeah, there you go. So let's move forward and talk now about Derick Chisora and Dillian Whyte, my people, and the possibility of a third bout. So I saw a video clip on Boxing King Media where they were holding an interview between Derick Chisora and well, more like a talk between Derick Chisora and Dillian Whyte, and very fascinating, and very calm, you know, knowing the kind of very volatile characters that they both are. Tables, chairs, the whole furniture. Damn, the person with the camera, they could have all been flying at any time. Trust me. So yeah, it's good that they kept it calm and kept it amicable, and were able to talk, have you know, a very mature talk between themselves. So in the video, Dillian Whyte approaches Derick Chisora, no fist flying, none of that, and suggested that maybe to have a trilogy. And as the discussion carried on, Derick said, you know what, yeah, I'm up for it, but I need to get paid, guys. I need that money. Who is going to put up the money for the fight? And you know, who is going to bring us good returns? Who wants this fight? Who is going to fund it? And according to Derick Chisora, Eddie Hearn, you know Eddie Hearn, you know, he's making a lot of fights lately. Eddie Hearn, especially with Turkey Allow Sheikh, Mr. Big Bank Take Little Bank. So yeah, it could happen. But according to Derick Chisora, although Eddie Hearn is interested in this fight, he wants it at Sunday market prices, my people. And that is something that 40-year-old Derick Chisora is not interested in hearing right now. He wants to hear cash, kashing, money, hard cash, because is at the latter stage of his career, you know. and he needs to get paid before he retires, my people. Of course, we know Derick Chisora right now, 40 years old. He's only had 30 something bouts, 30 something wins in his career. So and he says he ain't gonna stop until he gets up to 30 fights under his belt. So he's still got quite some time to go, even in the midst of people begging him, please retire before something happens to you, because Derick Chisora at his age is very, very susceptible to a lot of things. This is a physical sport. It's grueling on your body and it breaks you down as you get older, and you won't notice it until you get older, my people. So people are calling for his retirement, asking him, when are you going to retire? But I've already told you Derick Chisora's answer as to when he might call it a night, as to when he might call it a day. So yeah, Derick Chisora, he believes that Eddie Hearn wants to fight, but at Sunday market prices, and he is not on that at all. No way, nada. But he believes another man they could approach and might be interested is Frank Warren. I've not heard what Frank Warren has to say about the situation as yet, but I'll keep snooping around and see what news surfaces on that. So let's just go through a brief you know, rundown of the two fighters' records. So we start with the two fights they've had. I've already given you, but for the sake of what I'm about to give you now, I'll tell you again. Dylian won their first two fights. The first one, he won via unanimous decision, and the second one via KO, my guys, in the 11th round. He turned off the light switch on Derick Chisora, guys. Dylian White beat Derick Chisora. So Dylian White, after his Tyson Fury loss in 2022 via a 6th round TKO, has had great wins over Jermaine Franklin, a gift wrap win, by the way, very, very controversial. I actually thought Jermaine Franklin won that fight, and after that fight he was actually rumored to, you know, to be lined up to face Anthony Joshua next. Anthony Joshua's team, they claimed they chose Jermaine Franklin because, just like myself, they thought that Jermaine Franklin was the superior fighter in that fight, and that he actually beat Dylian White. But we know the real reason behind that, and we'll go into that a bit later on. As we know, Derick Chisora does like the good old performance enhancement, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and so he got that gift wrap win over Jermaine Franklin in 2020, guys, and he won via unanimous decision. And after that, beat the lowly ranked Christian Hammer, made Hammer retire on his stool, I believe in the 2nd or 3rd round, my people. So yeah, Dylian White, now age 36, 30 wins under his record, 20 via KO, 3 losses and no draws, my people. His first loss coming via the hand of Anthony Joshua. I believe that was a 7th round TKO, and then lost to Tyson Fury via 6th round KO. And then the 3rd loss, who was that against? He lost to Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin, before Fury, yeah, and he lost that, I believe, got stopped in the 6th round of that fight. But Dylian White, however, did avenge his loss to Povetkin in just the following year of that loss, I believe that loss came in 2021, and then in 2022 he avenged his loss via a fourth round KO, my guys. So there it go. So you know, so apart from Dylan White's questionable win over very controversial win over Jermaine Franklin. Sorry guys, it's a bit late and I'm tired, to tell you the truth. Yeah, over Jermaine Franklin, you know, Dylan White's questionable win over Franklin. Dylan White is, like I said just a moment ago, is well known for that good old performance enhancement. And you know, we all know he cheated against Oscar Rivers to win that WBC World Interim Heavyweight title, you know, to claim that belt. Because before, I think the fight took place on the 20th of July 2019. I hope I'm not wrong. And a month or so before that fight, Dylian White tested positive for performance enhancement. I believe it was steroid traces of steroids in his system, and in a test that was administered by UCAD, the UK administration doping, the UK administration by UK administration doping by UCAD, UK anti-doping, my people. And however, 3 days before the 20th of July, the scheduled date of the fight between Dylan White and Oscar Rivers, Dylan White approached the British Board of Controls, British Boxing Board of Controls, and took his case to them and pleaded, you know, his case with them. And the British Boxing Board of Controls actually allowed the fight to carry on, despite the fact that Dylan White had tested positive, my people. And that's how Dylan White was able to beat Oscar Rivers for the WBC interim world world heavyweight title, my people. But however, though, the WBC wasn't having it, and they said, you know what, yeah, we don't want no drug cheat representing us as champion. So you know what they did? They straight away they stripped him of everything, stripped him of the title, and said, you know what, yeah, nah, we're not having it. Stripped him right away, you know. But yeah, so, but however, later on in August, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association actually announced that both Oscar Rivers and Dylan White had passed pre and post fight drug tests, and you know, from there Dylan White's name got cleared and was allowed to carry on fighting, possibly still on some juice, yeah, without any ban, you know, placed on him. So he was just allowed to be free and carry on fighting, which is quite interesting, to tell you the truth. But that wasn't the end of Dylan White's cheating antics. His cheating days were not done, guys, because in August 2023 he was actually scheduled for AJ, like I said, after beating Jermaine Franklin, which was possibly the best win of his career, because I believe Franklin beat him, and so does so do many people as well. And the pre-fight drug test came back positive, my people, because he was actually set to face Anthony Joshua in 2023. Of course, we know Anthony Joshua and his team, they said it was due to Jermaine Franklin performing better than Dylian White, but I believe it had more to do with that. And the drug test, of course, I believe was one of those reasons. That pre-fight drug test that they had, before the scheduled date of him and Anthony Joshua facing one another, that drug test coming through positive was the reason behind it, my people. One of the reasons, my people, aside from them believing that Jermaine Franklin actually won that fight. Because, mind you, you need to understand that Dylian White is Eddie Hearn's fighter. Bottom line. So, regardless of, Dylian White testing positive just before being set to fight Joshua, he's going to get protected regardless, my people. So, yeah. However, again, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, again, cleared Dylian White by the 4th of March 2023, my people, after investigations say they had found that the Dylian White was in fact the victim of contaminated nutrient supplements, and apparently the company behind it had not declared the substances that were part of the ingredients of that supplement. But Dylian White has chosen to take that up, and seek some compensation for his career losses in terms of financial losses, my people. But that's another story. He's going to pursue that. But let's go straight to Derick Chisora, who has always been clean, guys. Good old Del boy, a good scrapper, good fighter, heavyweight, 40 years old, still doing his thing. You know what I mean? And recently, we know he beat up who? He beat up Joe Joyce, the only second person to beat up Joe Joyce. He won that, I believe, by a split decision, my people. And Derick Chisora is now 35 wins. 35 wins, my people. And wow, 35 wins. 35 wins. And 13 losses. That's what I'm worrying about. I knew he had a lot of losses, but 13 losses, my people. That's what I'm looking at and seeing now. 35 wins, 13 losses. So what's that? So that means altogether, he's had 48. Yeah, 48 fights. So he's not far from his target of 50 fights before he retires. Only 2 more fights. 2 good fights. 2 good money fights. He could retire, hopefully, from the Dylian White fight. If it happens, they can make some good guala and squale. If you know what, some of you youngsters might not know what squale means, but it means just, get the hell out of here, basically. So, yeah. And, so, wow, Chisora now, age 40, has had 35 wins, guys. 13 losses, 0 draws. 23 of those wins coming via KO. And himself has been KO'd 4 times. I believe Fury done it 2 times. Dylian White definitely done it. And then I think in 2012 or something like that, So did David Hay, also managed to stop Derick Chisora. So that is his record so far. But Derick Chisora took so much punishment in his career, in his 3 fights with Tyson Fury, especially, man. That was too much, like gruesome. It's just too much. Took too much punishment because the guy is just so durable. You can't get him out of there. You have to throw the kitchen sink at him. You know what I mean? You could summon thunder and shock him with it. He's still not going to go down. That is his fighting spirit, and he's tough, super tough, Southern African bloodline. You know, he's from Zimbabwe. You know, those people are warriors related to the Zulus. They don't give up on nothing. So yeah, Derick has said that he still wants to carry on until he's had his 50th bout. So I just pray that he stays safe, man. Pray for his protection, because 40 years old is not a joke, and for him to have taken that much punishment and still be this durable is amazing. It's not like Zhang, who has not had that much punishment. Also, Deontay Wilder has taken some punishment in the hands of Fury, but that is starting to show with Deontay Wilder now too. You saw how Zhang knocked him out with just 1 punch, even though we have to take into account that Zhang is a very, very big heavyweight. Deontay Wilder is one of the lighter heavyweights, possibly a cruiserweight even, but he's never competed at cruiserweight. So yeah, Dillian Whyte and Derick Chisora, 3 guys, might be on the line. We don't know yet until it's official. So with that said, that's all I have for you on this very, very long. I felt that it was dragging. I'm super tired. I need to get my sleep. And yeah, I'll be coming with more videos tomorrow. Stay tuned. And we'll be coming with something in the pipeline, possibly about Canelo and Bivol. That would be an interesting one. So yeah, as for now though, my people, stay super blessed.